Alright, hello. I'm trying to see what this shadow is. It's probably from this thing. So I'm trying to do some streaming on YouTube, seeing how that would work. But anyway, just testing this out. It's just a test. So right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to make some sketch cards for a card show that's coming up this weekend. And I've done 2 already. Can I peel them off? Let's see. There we go. So I have sorry of the shaking. I have Grogu. And then I just finished this guy. Just finished Thrawn. So right now I'm working on the Grand Inquisitor. And yes, I am using a card. We found these online and they said it was 320 GSM. So that means it'll be able to take a lot of water, but it will, no matter how much water it's able to take, there will be some warping. So just so you know. I do not feel too great today, but I'm just trying to see if I can do this. And like I said, I'm trying to do the Grand Inquisitor. So I have his rough sketch here. I have an old sketch I did like a year and a half ago now over here. And I do have the official like art thing on him. So we shall see how he turns out. So we'll start drawing in a second. I'm just sketching and like hoping to watercolor him later, because I thought about just doing sketches, but sometimes it just doesn't relate very well when it's just ink, which is fine. So I'm planning on inking his outfit and just watercoloring his head is what the plan is. So we'll get started right now. Now it's a little odd because I have the thing down here. So I have this thing holding, right? It's not the tripod, it's like a lamp that you use, and the light has gone out. So, but it has the thing on it. What's the word? Has the insert for the camera thing, and thought it would be nice to do it. So I do have a new light. So I'm also left-handed. That's the other problem, is that it's a little hard to do this. Alright, so we're going to start with the Grand Inquisitor's head, and since he is not human, he is Upatalian. I cannot say his word, it's Upatal. Show my knowledge. So we're going to make a couple of circles, so I usually do 2, because of the, oh, hello. Hi! Thank you! Thank you so much, Reed. Awesome, Reed the Cool. Alright, this is my first time, like one of the first times I'm streaming on here, so I don't know what exactly I'm doing here. But we'll figure it out. Like I said, we're doing the Grand Inquisitor, and we're making the shape of his head. Now remember, his head is actually quite taller, and you notice that a lot in the Rebels. However, it's not so noticeable in the Kenobi series because that actor had to move a lot, and being able to carry that sort of weight on his head was not going to be healthy for him. So, alright. So I'm just going to do basic shape, and I'm trying to remember that he is a bit more squarish around here. But here's the thing, I need him bigger. That's not going to work. Hold on. 1 second. Where is my eraser? My desk is a mess, by the way, because like I said, we're trying to we got a card. Sorry if the camera shakes. Sorry. We're going to a card show this weekend, and I sell Star Wars cards, and my husband sells baseball cards, right? So we're just doing that, and we thought it would be fun because we see a lot of other people do this, is that you can make sketch cards. I want his head to be the most prominent thing here, so we're gonna have him. I don't know how often I'll do a live stream here. This is just a test, as I said. I would like to do it more because I would like to show more traditional side. Hang on, I'm concentrating really badly. Remember, his head is not as... Yeah, Yeah. Okay, so his eye should be around there, I think. Yeah, so, we were trying to, we thought we would sell some stuff as sketch cards, so hopefully they turn out alright. So, and this is my first time, using this kind of paper. Like, I'm used to, like, Canson and whatnot, so. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. I also do 3D art as well. I sometimes post my journey trying to do some Blender. I do show like some acrylics. I do a lot of, I'm basically a jack of all trades, basically. I don't focus too much on one medium. However, I do love watercolor, so that is a kind of favorite of mine. His neck is too thin. And he has a wider chin there. So, now with the head, he does have a long neck. This is the Grand Inquisitor. Hang on, let me see if I have the reference over here. There he is. So that's my rough sketch. So this is what we're trying to accomplish. My husband and I are actually rewatching the Rebels again, Star Wars Rebels, and we're just having fun. We got in the second season, so we're enjoying rewatching that. It's long overdue, so I'm gonna make his collar now. So his collar flings out like that. So I do like the position of this camera a little better. I can kind of see what's going on, and it helps me interact with y'all a little bit better, I think. So we'll see how that goes. I thought the Grand Inquisitor has gone through kind of different translations. So in Rebels, he's more stylized, so his head is tall. But you notice that with his face, the lines of I cannot say Upatau. Cannot say it. I have a slight speech impediment. Bear with me. Oh, thank you. It's just, thank you. I'm trying to do some sketch cards for a show, so. But thank you so much, Eric. We're just hoping to get a couple out. My husband was like, why don't we try to do 10? And I was like, it's this weekend. Do you want good or do you want fast? So we'll see how he likes how these are going. But yeah, so I loved, so we saw one in the Revenge of the Sith, and that's what they look like. But he's a little bit more stylized in the, Rebels, so I wonder if he's half, because I think, because the Upatons are like 7 feet tall, but, he's not 7 foot. He's about same height as Kanan, I think. Kanan's not 7 foot. So if I start rambling about Star Wars, that's just me. I'm a huge fan of Star Wars, and I just tend to do that. Now I'm gonna... I think that's better. I think that's better. It's much better composition to have it right here than to have it a little bit smaller. So with sketch cards, a lot of them are portrait-based a lot. They don't do... like landscapes or things like that, and they don't go too in detail. It's just basically just a small portrait. I wouldn't mind trying to do something else, but I do enjoy making portraits. I have been drawing for 10 plus years. 10 plus years, yeah. So, all right, now I need this to go like that. Draw some lines here to remember where they're supposed to go, because this is supposed to cut off there. That's where it goes. So we're sketching, and then later we'll see if I can get to that far. I can't stream for long. This is just a test, but you know, fun to try new things. Now he does have lines up here, and he's got a high neck. So we need to make the cutoff point right around there. I'm just gonna hint at some lines. I'm not gonna draw it all the way through. I'm sorry if I'm a little quiet and my air conditioning is loud. But anyway. The thing about his outfit, as I'm looking at it, I know y'all can't see the reference I'm using, but we'll get there. If I'm not mistaken, don't I have another one? No. Don't mind me, I'm looking through my references real quick. Where is he? There he is. There's the full body reference. Zoom in, zoom in. There we go. That's better. I can see his outfit better. Sorry if there's shaking, so. Alright, so. The lines go here. Again, sorry for the shakiness. I'm not a fan of his outfit. Like, it's intimidating, yes. Is it fun to draw? No. I don't like drawing his outfit at all. Sometimes there are clothes where you're like, why am I putting myself through this? 1, 2, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah! 5. I bet my mic sucks with this, right? Yeah. I don't know how YouTube thing works. I wanted to try to do it with OBS, but I'm having a lot of difficulties. It just seems to be fine to just stream with just Twitch. So I stream on Twitch about I try actually on Tuesdays, and no, not Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, or Twitch days. Thursday I wanted it to be a YouTube day, so I can have something other than shorts, you know, on my site. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we have this. Now he does not have ears, so we can look at my old reference. Like I said, this is an old drawing I've done. I'm a little better, slightly. So he doesn't have ears. He has these circle hockey pucks, as I like to call them. And they go right where the ear is supposed to be. Now, this is our eye line right here. So it's going to be right around there. And we just need to make a circle. I think they don't have ears. They're just like ear holes, like a lizard. So I think this is to help him, like, hear sound a little better. I don't think they have very good hearing, but I could be very, very wrong. So let's see. Yeah, Star Wars has been on my mind lately, especially with the Rebels. I actually want to try to do Kallus as well. I have Hera up here. These are all, wait a minute, I do have 4 characters in Rebels / Ahsoka. Well, at least Thrawn is Ahsoka and Hera. Dang, okay. Yeah, you can tell what I've been watching lately. Okay. Now his eyes. It's gonna be interesting. This man has no eyebrows, but you're gonna make a kind of hint where the brow ridge is, okay? So I'm going to accentuate the ridge here, and you're gonna add a little bit there. Now, he does have a nose. Sorry if my camera's shaking. I just have it on my desk. He has a thin, long nose, so we're gonna put it right there. Okay? I always do like a triangle shape or a teardrop shape for noses. And it depends on like if it's a rounded nose or a pointed nose, like the Inquisitor. Inquisitor has a very pointed nose, so it's more like think of it like an arrow when you're drawing it, or like I said, like a triangle. But once you reach the end, you're gonna kind of make a little divot right there. Okay, we're just doing the brow crease. We're not doing an eyebrow. So if I get called away, that's because I have my kid. So it's a little hard to draw like this, and I'm supposed to get a lot done. We'll see how that goes. So I'm just sketching him out. I also still like having some. I do have health issues, and one of the health issues that I suffered through the past year, actually, I had problems with my eyesight. I actually was losing my eyesight, and it's a lot better than it was. It's a lot better, but I noticed like when I was finishing up Thrawn, because of how tiny his eyes were, and I'm like so focused, it's really bad. So it does flare up once in a while. So, but if I focus too hard, it really like I can feel my eyes giving up. So now you have a wide wing here. There we go. Well, I hope y'all are having a fantastic Thursday. We're almost there in the week. I know school has started back. Not fun. I haven't been to school in a while, so I need to make his eyes look a little bit more squinty. No hate to the... Sorry if my mic is like really out of it. I did like Kenobi, and I was like, ooh, the Grand Inquisitor, and I noticed that yes, it is not Jason Isaacs. He provided the voice for the Grand Inquisitor, which was great, and it's very noted and everything. But he had other obligations that he had, and so he couldn't do the filming. And so even if he was there, they still would have given him the little bit more condensed head, I think. And but I think the guy who did it, I think it was Rupert. Oh gosh, what was his name? I feel bad who did it, because because my husband and I were just talking about him the other day. He did a fairly good job. I thought he did good for what he was given, and he know that this role was, going to be a fan favorite, so. My eyes are giving up on me again. Hang on. Sorry, hang on one second. Like I said, sometimes when I'm focusing too hard, my eyes just really, So I have high blood pressure issues, and last year I had to go to the hospital. I was losing my eyesight. My eyesight's still not 100%. They say it's not gonna fully, like, I've lost some peripheral vision, just a little bit, tiny bit. So, but if I focus too hard, I think that's what I'm gonna have a hard time trying to do these sketch cards, because it's very tiny, So, but it is good practice, and if I can work at it, I think I can do it. Sorry if I'm a little quiet. I tend to do that. have to make his lines, and I have to do his designs. Okay. Now, like I said, he's a... Ah, man, I need to make sure his cheekbones are there. I might just go on for an hour just to see how it works. Seems to be doing okay. I haven't had any problems yet, I don't think. I don't know what to do on this thing. So they said I had access to mobile one. And I was like, okay, I'll just do that then. I'm just making marks for his head tattoos here. And it's a triangle this way. Okay. I have some acrylics that are trying to do good too. Sorry if it keeps on shaking. Like I said, I don't have a tripod that's set up behind me. It's basically a lamp that's clamped to my desk. I'm liking how he's turning out. I think I'm kind of doing a mesh of Rebels and Kenobi. Just give him a bigger head. You should see my other one. His head is way too small on that. I don't know what I was thinking. So this is my old piece. I did that ages ago. That I did with colored pencils and some ink. So. His head tattoos are interesting because I'm trying to remember them on the other ones, but I don't remember. He definitely looked like his counterparts on the Tales of the Empire. They did, but Jason Isaacs did come back to voice for that episode, but you can really see, like, I was like, okay, very Apatow. Like, I'm probably saying the name. My brain is gone. I've been doing a lot of stuff lately, so I am trying to grind these out, and then I'm also trying to do a lot of other things. So this one goes all the way down there. There we go. I think he's not looking too bad. He's not looking too bad. So I think he's okay. Now we gotta do the lines. Now in Kenobi, I think they forego the lines, but in Rebels, it is accentuated on his head, but not his face. Now in the Tales of the Empire, it is how it's supposed to be, which is all covering his face. So I do get that, but I might just do what the Rebels have done. I am used to that a little bit better. So we're just gonna add some lines here. I do have the paints ready, but we will see how it goes. I'm trying to find like what's not like, because I'm trying to see like with characters, I'm trying to see if sorry, I am rumbling over my words. Sorry if I'm quiet. It's hard. It's his lines. Ugh. Then they pick up around his jawline and around his chin. So we are going to accentuate that, but not too much. There we go. There we go. He looks like a so. Alright, so now that we have him sketched out, I need to know where I'm going to put my shadows, because I paint shadows first and then I add my colors. It's mainly so it could affect the color overhead, and I don't have to scramble around doing the other one. I don't like that line though, so I'm gonna extend his jaw just a little bit. There we go. All right. Now I am gonna clean up just a tad. Sorry. I know it doesn't look like much, but this is what the sketch always looks like, and then we go into painting. Okay, I think that is all I need to do. Okay, now let's see. All right, it's time to do some inking first. Let's do the darkest darks, and then we'll do the shadows, and then paint. So, but I need to figure out where I'm gonna put the shadows. So I think right around here for sure. The reference I'm using is different. Shadows, that's not good. No, I don't want hair yet. Where are you? There you are. I kind of want to get some shadows on his head, but I already did something shadow similar to this, so I want to do something a little different. A little less shadow, I think, will be fine. We're gonna go the Grogu route. Okay. I'm just hinting where the shadows are supposed to be, and we are gonna go very muscular, but we are gonna have some depth in here. But I think it's gonna portray better in paint. Alright, so that's what he's looking like. A little bit, better than my sketch, I think. My rough sketch. There we go. No, his nostrils up higher. I see it. Sorry, I'm kind of... Yeah, I'll go and fix that. I don't usually use my nice pencils. Alright, I think he's done sketch-wise. Now let me see, where's my brush pen? Already inked. There we go. I might have to go gouache on him. That'd be interesting. I could probably do that. Some lines here. Sorry if I'm a little quiet. Alright. Let's hope this works, otherwise I'll have to do this all over again. That'd be fun. Okay. Now it's black, black, gray, gray. Okay, this is... Again, sorry if I'm quiet. I'm really concentrating. There's his little earmuffs. Yay. Okay. Gonna leave a little bit of a white tint there. Not over here though. This says it's supposed to take marker fine. This is not a marker, this is a... Alright, now the lines though, I might have to do gouache with them. I wish I don't have to do that. That would be lovely if I didn't have to do that. Where's your... Rough. There you are. There's my rough. Okay. So, full dot here. is going to be a little quiet. I'm focusing. Hang on, I gotta check to make sure it's not bleeding through. Good. Okay, no bleed through. That's great. Okay. I'm a little quiet. It's just me trying to focus on this. I know, I should probably add music. What do you guys think? Probably should, right? Might need to get a different marker soon. Okay. Then this one here. There's a little sliver there. Let's see, it's holding up. Very nice. I'm liking this. If it can handle a lot of pen, that's a really good plus for me, especially when I'm having outfits that are very dark. Okay, that goes that way, then it goes. I'm gonna try to just do absence. I know I just I haven't listened. I am very focused right now. I don't ink a lot. I really don't. It's not my favorite thing to do. That's where his pauldron starts. Yeah, make a separate line there. It's not looking. It could. It's not terrible. So there's that. I feel like it's not terrible. So I'm not doing something all right. I know I had lines around here, but I'm going to ignore it. Three. It is with the pen very nice, so I do like that. This is a Bristol pattern? No, hang on, no, not the Bristol. It's a smooth finish 320 GSM card stock paper, and it does really good, so I think it's holding up fine. Okay, let me check again. Again, very nice. So. Okay. So this one, we're gonna go like this. Crease there. So there's a bunch of trading cards out there, right? And a lot of people know like the baseball ones. I do the Star Wars one. I can't tell you how many people come up to my table and said, "Oh, I didn't know that Star Wars had trading cards." So it's a nice, surprise for them. So they do enjoy that, and some of them actually do end up getting some cards and whatnot. So. Like I said, I'm sorry if I'm quiet. This is a hard costume to do. Okay. I think, oh no, I gotta do the lines. So I'm gonna put away the brush, get the fine liner out. Just give me a moment. Hang on. I gotta think what the background, I'm thinking maybe red for the background. Like just a blooming effect like I did here. So I think that will work. And I could probably get some like nice color bounce off it too. So sorry, I'm just taking a slight break from drawing for a second, sorry. It's a little hard when you're focused. Okay. Yeah, the doctors still don't know what's up with me. It's like a house episode, really. They go and say, "Wow, I don't know what's wrong with you." So I was like, great. Why? So that's been going on lately. So hopefully they'll find out what's the problem soon. Come on. There we go. Now, again, I'm not going to go all the way over. Just need to hint where it's at. I love these pens, but I also don't like them. Oh, come on. Why is he giving me trouble? There it goes. Sorry. But I hope you all are having a fantastic start of the new year. Okay, there we go. And then that rest should be... Oh, right, his eyes. He's got black cilia, like Silco does from Arcane. But this is in both his eyes. Ugh. I don't want to do detailed work like this because I'm going to mess it up. So I'm going to leave that for now. Let's see, what else can I do? I feel like the ear thing is off. Let's see. Okay, that's better. Alright, I'm gonna put him aside for now. and just work on the next one. The thing is that there's a lot of detailing work, and I can't do it with my face so away. I have to basically crouch down and be able to see it. So, let's see, who's next? We can do Callus. Callus could be fine. I did good yesterday. Let's see how good I am doing this sketch today. Agent Callus is a antagonist against the rebels, but he is a very good character, I think. And I hope to see him in the upcoming Mando movie. Very nice. I still haven't watched the trailer. I kind of want to, so I can see it, because it does come out this year. It comes out next year, right? Next December. Hang on. I'm actually gonna look that up. Hang on, one second. I know we'll get to drawing in a second, but I gotta know when's the Mando movie supposed to come out? Next year? Not this year. Next year, right? Mandalorian. Yeah. 2026. When is this supposed to be? But we do have Zeb in there, so that's great. Jon Favreau is going to direct it, so definitely he's going to have fun. And co-written by... Okay, good. Sorry, I have been kind of avoiding it because it's been years, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to get too excited. I'm not going to have my hopes up. But we are going to have Rata the Hutt. I forgot that. That was the talk about. Rata the Hutt, you get one... It was in the first Clone Wars movie. So there was the Clone War, so the Attack of the Clones, right? And then the Clone animated movie. That actually was released in theaters. It did not do well, but Rata the Hutt is Jabba's child. So we'll be able to see him. And the guy who does the bear, is it Jeremy White? Jeremy White, yes, he's voicing Rata. And those who don't know, Jeremy White is the and like he's done a lot of things. I think he was in Shameless as well, but he's becoming well known for his role in The Bear, so, which is good. I'm like, good for him. He's actually quite good. So, all right, we don't need the pen right now. We need to work on Callus. There we go. There he is. Oh, I want to know what happens to him. All right, put that over there. I am left-handed, yes, so I'm sorry if the shadow keeps on going there. I can't put the desk over there because I share the lamp with my husband, so we kind of have it in between our desks so we can flip it back and forth. So, anyway, let's try to work on Callus for a bit. So we're going to go very softly here, okay? That's what you want to do when you're doing your sketch, is that we're going to go softly. Now notice we are going to go just with 2 circles, and I am going to go with a more bigger circle because his face is a little bit more rectangular, like more square shape. So that's why you're going to do it that way. Usually if it's a more of a pointed chin, you're going to have a smaller circle for your chin area. I do it like this so that I remember if there is a jawline. So that's why I do it. My chins tend to be very weak when I don't do this. All right, so... I gotta remember he has a split right there. So his neck, it should be, because he's in that Imperial thing. I feel like they do that stiff neck thing, like they kind of... Oh, hi! Hi, I'm sorry. Hi, Mabel. Have you drawn Loki? Yes, I have, but I don't have him in my... Hang on. Can I show? Hang on. One of my it's an old one. I need to draw him more. I do. I have sketched him a few times, but I can't find that. Let me see if I can find my work real quick. Can I show y'all? Come on. Not you. No, it's not there. It's in my old work. I'm sorry, Mabel. If you can just be a little patient with me, I'd greatly appreciate it. It's under this year 2020. I think it was when the first year he came up. I'm actually quite proud of it. I did 2 versions. But like I said, this was an old one, so I don't paint like this anymore. I don't do it like this anymore. Okay, let's see. Can we see him? Yeah, I definitely have improved since then. So, okay. Mabel. Well, if you want to see. Oh, we can. So this is an old Loki that I've done. So this is very, very old. I think about almost 5 years ago now. But I have improved since then. So I was trying to go with a more anime route, but I've changed my style since then. I do want to draw him again. I actually do want to 3D model him as well. So I mean, he's on my list of characters to do. And I do love Marvel. I do have a soft spot for Marvel. So I've been enjoying that. Okay, I'm gonna leave that up there. So, okay, there we go. So I'm sorry, Mabel, if you were still waiting for an answer. I tend to like get too focused on something, and I was looking around the phone. So, but yeah, I done Loki. I have done a lot of Lord of the Rings recently. I've done a lot of sketches for that. Let's see, who else have I done? I've done a lot of Star Wars though. I do, that tends to be my thing. I do a lot of characters in Star Wars. I do OCs, but I do a lot of, hang on one second. I do some landscape work too. Let me pull one down. This one's my favorite one if I can pull it down. Come on. I put so many holes in this thing. This is one I've done about a year ago. This is the Balance Rock over at Colorado and near Manitou Springs. So I've done that. I do a lot of landscapes too in the watercolor area, but I do like doing portraits, so that's why I'm trying to get back into it. Like I said, this is a rough here. We're getting the sketch here, so I think like they have and I think they do it. Hang on. I don't think they have tall necks. I think with a lot of their outfits, they kind of force them to straighten their neck a bit. So. But anyway. Have I done? I've done Scarlet Witch. Have I done Vision? I don't think I've done Vision. I've done Killmonger. I've done Black Panther. Have I somewhere? I've done some Spider-Man. I'm trying to remember like all I've done for the Marvel aspect. I haven't done Marvel in a while. I want to get back into that and doing that one. We'll see how it goes. So this is where we're going right now. And again, I'm sorry, I'm left-handed, so I feel like my I'm kind of blocking a lot. So now the problem is he was blocked by the freaking okay. I need his outfit. Where's his outfit? I did not get a full rough of Callus. 1 second, I'll find him. I'm gonna use that one. Sorry, I'm trying to find his Imperial outfit, what it was in, that's his old outfit, that's his new outfit, that's his season 3 outfit. Hang on one second. Because it keeps on showing me his current look. Okay. Alright. I'm doing it backwards. So yeah, when you're drawing someone, it is best like if you haven't drawn them in a long time, or you're not used to drawing them, always have a reference. Like I didn't know about this. And then he has a red. What is that? It's red marking here. Sorry, I'm very quiet again. Yeah, that's how it is. Okay. So he has a sort of thing here that loops down. Not much though. Goes up higher. Okay. I don't know how many sketches I'm going to get done today. I'm just trying. This is my first attempt at sketch cards, and I'm gonna have them on my table on Saturday, so we'll see who likes them. And maybe I'll get some answers like, oh, what character would you like me to do next time? So hopefully that'll work. Using a kneaded eraser, it does pick up graphite a lot better, I feel like, because otherwise a regular another one smudges it more. This has the least smudginess. Alright. I hope I sound okay on this thing, because I'd rather... Okay. So this goes and gets clamped down like this. That means that goes the opposite way. Like so. And we're gonna add that little divot there. And divot here. Then goes like so. And his shoulders are bare. So we're just gonna hint on his shoulders. Okay. Now he does have the split here. Now I am gonna have a beat up callus because he does that. Okay. Okay, now it's this way. There we go. Again, I do apologize if I'm quiet. Now we need to do his command bar right around, or at least the top of it, around here. Showing his rank. Alright, so he has a blue. Again, I'm sorry if I'm crowding. You know what? I'm not gonna apologize. I gotta stop apologizing. It's just the way it is. I'm left-handed. I had someone try to force me to be right-handed, and I was like, no. So I have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. I need 4 here. work. That'll work. Okay. Alright, now we're going to go up to his face finally and work on the shape. Oof. Let's see. That looks more green than purple. Okay. One second. Okay. Now he is. Let's see. There he is. Okay, that's the reference I'm using. Has a low jawline, which is perfectly fine. The problem is that his chin almost is parallel to this, and I don't like tangent. What is it? It's not. Is it tangent lines? Intersecting lines. They're just. So I might make his jaw just a little bigger, just to get past it. No, he has a more rounder. Okay. There we go. So yeah, I'm just gonna sketch a little bit more, and then we'll call it soon. I have to do details on the other one too, so. Now, because he is supposed to be tilting his head, okay? So here, let me show you. So his eyes are gonna be around here, yes. But because he's tilting, his nose is going to be a little bit more pointed down. And his ears are going to be up higher, okay? So when you tilt your head, you'll notice that your ears are going to look like they're higher than they are, okay? And that is fine. That is the effect that we want. Goodness gracious. Ow. Ow. I think I'm speaking too closely to the mic. I do apologize. I do like how the Inquisitor is looking. I liked how Thrawn turned out. I like how Grogu turned out. So I would love if Kolos will be one of the top better ones. We'll see. Like I said. So since the head is pointing down, we're going to make sure that the nose is pointing down. Okay. It does have a sharp nose. It's got a nice straight nose. Okay. Now I'm going to mark someplace here. I'm going to mark this area right here. Okay. I'm marking that because that is the light part. Okay. So, and he's got thin eyebrows, actually. Technically, I think he does. But it's thick on the side half there. Okay. Go. Okay. About to be sketched out. I need to take another break. Alright, so those are his eyebrows. Now his eyes are going to be right around here. Now he has more of a rectangular, like, eye. So, let's see if I do this right. eyes need to be a little farther away, I think. Problem is that I'm using a reference that's not real life. It's a stylized. So it's a little harder. So we can hit this. There we go. Because we want him looking at you, because that's what he did before. I do apologize, I just focused. Okay, now we need to make the imprint where his bruise is going to be, right around there. So that's when it swells. Okay. His head's too big up here. I'm not going Megamind. I feel like his nose is too short. That's fine. That's fine. We're gonna fix it. Sorry if I'm quiet. Alright. I'm just trying to get the nose adjustment right. Because he's looking down, his nose is going to be a little pointed down there. Alright. Make the curve there for the nostril. He's supposed to have some light. Go. Yeah, I think that's a little better. Why is it looking like... Oh my goodness, no it's not. Perspective changes everything. I feel like he's doing a little... His eye was a little bit closer. I really liked it. Let's do this again. I really want a callus at my table, so I'm gonna get one because I don't see him often in the cards. I don't think they have him this year in the Chrome. And I've just been very Rebels mood lately. I've been rewatching this stuff with my husband. There we go. Okay. I think I'm gonna call it. I have to call it because I need to get off and start doing some stuff, and I need to do some detailing work without the camera in the way. But thank you all who have stopped by, said something. Y'all are great. And you know what? If y'all want me to show more of my stuff, I can do that too. I will be back next week, hopefully, to try this again. I'm sorry again if I'm like not too chatty. I'm still trying to remember to chat while I draw. That's why I don't do on my Twitch streams, I don't say on the art streams I have it on just chatting because that's what I tend to do, and I don't end up finishing a sketch. But you know what, we did a lot of, I think we made some progress today, so I'm gonna call it, and I'll see you next week, and I will have a lot more, probably gonna do a lot more sketch cards then too, so we'll see. But yeah, we made these two earlier, and we've almost finished him, and we are halfway done with Callus. So we'll see how that goes. All right, y'all have a great rest of the day.